What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, y'all. This is gonna be a little bit of a shorter video, but something told me I had to get on here and give y'all this message, man. Do not let perfectionism control your life. Don't let it control your life, guys. When I was younger, I used to take pride in my perfectionism, and I used to take pride in my attention to detail. And I used to think, man, I'm so thorough, and I never do anything halfway. Like, I'm always just start to finish, and I make sure everything's just right. It's perfect, and it has to be perfect, and nothing less than perfection, guys. That's how it started. But I'm sure some of you guys can relate to this. As you continue to hold yourself to perfection, right? I do that because there's not even any it's not real. Perfectionism is not real, guys. It's not real. Your perfect is not the same as his perfect, is not the same as my perfect, is not the same as her perfect. It's not. Everybody has their own. Now, this is as far as creative work goes, right? Things like making a video, right? Things like, even playing sports, right? There's no objective, perfect way to do it. So, communication, right? There's different styles, and there's different nuances, and there's all these little different kind of like intricacies to these things that, it's like math. I remember the first time I learned this principle in math that I just saw a black cat run by. That kind of scared me. It's just in the corner of my eye. But I remember the first time I learned this in math, that there are several ways to get to the same answer. And that just blew my mind, because I'm like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me that I can take two completely different routes, sometimes even 3, 4, 5 different routes, and I can get to the same destination, and they're all the correct destination? It blew my mind. And this is how life is, guys. And this is how YouTube is, right? For those of you who want to get on YouTube and you are, I'm thinking about it, excuse me, start the channel, okay? Click top right, the little Google icon, the drop down, create channel or add channel. I don't know what it says exactly. Create channel, add profile picture, click it. Find a cool picture of yourself, right? Find a picture, right? My profile picture for YouTube is one that a professional cameraman actually took at my mom's graduation, right? Talking about perfectionism, guys. My mom went back to college well into her adult age, and she didn't let things being ideal hold her back, right? Because this is what happens, right? Perfectionism starts off as this thing that highest standards and just right and no mistakes, and then it divulges into something that just eventually and inevitably, right? This is inevitable. It's gonna slow you down. It's gonna slow you down. It's gonna make you slower. It's gonna make you less productive, because you're too busy nitpicking and this and no, not that, and it gotta be that, and let's start working a little bit more faster. Let's start working a little bit more efficiently, guys. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. It's one of my favorite quotes. I forgot who said it. I'm gonna say it again. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. Okay? Think about that. And my mom didn't let her being an adult and her already passing that age where people usually go to high school, she didn't let that stop her from pursuing her I said high school, college. She didn't let that stop her from achieving her goals and her dreams, right? She didn't have a perfectionist mindset. She didn't say, oh, it has to be just right or I'm not doing it. She didn't say, oh no, I'm not a teenager, I'm not fresh out of high school, I can't go to college, oh, I'm too old, I can't go to college. No, she said, look, I'm gonna start where I'm at, baseline. This is where I'm at in life. This is where I'm at. I'm here now, in the present moment. I want more for myself. I want a degree. So, she applied, she got accepted, and sure enough, I watched her year after year, guys, grind and put in work as a student, guys. I never see my mom grind in this way, man, and it brought back memories of when I was in college. I'm like, oh man, I do not miss that, boy. I did not miss that, man. Oh man, college is a lot, man. It's a lot, and I came out of high school not really loving school and not really knowing what I wanted to do, but I jumped into college, kind of just, general studies, and I just put one foot in front of the other. And it's tough, man. It's tough. Those deadlines, boy, and you gotta write pages and pages, and you know what I mean? Like, I had never written anything more than, I want to say 5 pages, maybe 3 to 5 pages is like the most you'll ever write in high school. Guys, college gonna have you writing like 8-page papers. Like, I don't even got that much to say. Like, I don't even you're just searching up filler words. You're just searching up like synonyms for words and stuff so you could keep reiterating. But yeah, I say that to say, guys, do not let perfection slow you down. Don't let perfection stop your growth. Some of you guys have things that you want to do, like YouTube, right? And you're holding back because you want some different situation to be present than what is, here and now and in the moment, right? And guys, all we have is the now. All we have is this moment right here, guys. Don't hold back any longer, guys. Get on YouTube and listen when I tell you YouTube is pushing out small channels, guys. I think I got monetized already, guys. Or I don't know if I got monetized. I don't know what that is, but some money was made on a video. I don't know how it, YouTube doesn't say I have the watch time yet, but I know sometimes the studio analytics is kind of like glitchy. It doesn't always like, I notice sometimes I'll click on the video, I'll click on one of my videos and it'll say like one thing, and then when I go to the analytics, it'll show a different number. So it's like not always accurate, but this is a good sign. Nevertheless, guys, this is a good sign. I've been posting consistently for only about since the start of January 2025, and already, guys, we've made something. It's not much, but it's something. And if anything, it's just a precursor to what is to come, God willing, man. So guys, listen when I tell you, do not fall into the perfectionism trap. Don't fall into it, guys. Please, for my sake and for your sake, do not fall into it, okay? And this even ties into my experience with my 9-to-5 job, because before leaving, I was thinking, I can't leave. I can't just leave my job. That's not that's not how it's supposed to be. And honestly, I just went out on a limb. I just went out on a limb, and I was at my wit's end. I was at my wit's end. Very old school. Do people say that? At my wit's end? at wit's end. I was at wit's end, man. I had enough, quite frankly. I had enough, and I had to stand on something, you know. I had to stand on something, and you know, I chose to stand on business, and this is where we're at with it, man. We're just taking it one day at a time. God is always good, and I didn't know that. I didn't know this at the time. I knew God was good. I didn't know at the time that I would find two new jobs that align with my purpose and that align with my values and that are in fields that I actually enjoy and am passionate about, guys. I got 2 jobs. I got 2 video editing jobs, guys. Like, and that's why I say, like, in the last video, leaving my 9-to-5 job turned my world upside down, guys. Cause it's just like how? God is good, man. God is good. And you're not always gonna understand it. And you just gotta take steps in the right direction. Once you identify the direction you wanna go, start taking steps. I'm telling you, y'all. I took those first steps, man, into I didn't know where I was going. It was just a fog. It was just a fog. And I just said, I don't like where I'm at, and I'm gonna walk into this fog. And it paid off, man. It paid off in ways that I would have never, ever expected in a million years. And I'm beyond grateful. I'm beyond thankful. Guys, sometimes you gotta take a step in the dark. Sometimes you gotta take a step in the dark and trust that God is gonna guide you, and trust that things are going to work out. The same way you can have the belief that it's not gonna work out is the same way that you can have the belief that, oh wait, no, I actually think it is gonna work out, guys. When I tell you I used to come into my 9-to-5 job, smile on my face, optimistic, today's gonna be a good day. Today, you know, we're gonna have good vibes, you know what I mean? And not overdoing it, not like overly cheery and stuff, but just like calm but optimistic. And when I tell you guys, people in that place had the exact opposite. Just like some had the calm, like anti-optimism. Others had like the anxious anti-optimism, like, yo, this is bad, I can't do it, like. And some of those people were there for like years and years and years and years, and it's just like, choose your environments, guys. Choose your environments. And I know it's tough sometimes when you're in a desperate situation and you're just looking to, you're looking for just anything, right? You're looking for work. You're willing to do anything. Start doing some research, guys. Start doing some research. And whatever you're going through, YouTube is here. And YouTube is here for small content creators, guys. I just saw a video. Oh my God, there's so many cats around here. I just saw a video where a girl got monetized in 1 month. Just 1 month of posting on YouTube. So, that gave me hope. I don't know about you guys, but that gave me a lot of hope. Cause I'm like, dang, that's pretty quick. Like 30 days. Imagine, 30 days is like, that's like that's like the training. That's like the amount of time you would train for like a new job. So imagine like you finishing the training process and another stray cat. Oh my gosh, I'm getting scared. It's late, guys. It's late. It's cold. I'm in the car with my hood on. I can't really hear. But yeah, guys. Get on YouTube. Whatever you're going through. Talk about life. Talk about work. Talk about relationships. Talk about how happy / and or unhappy you are at your job, guys, because people want to hear your story. Trust me when I tell you. All right, guys, camera died, but we're back. And yeah, basically, guys, I thought I was alone when I started posting about my 9-to-5 job. So many of you guys reached out and shared empathy and shared your stories, and I was like, wow, this whole time I was not alone at all. And it just took me speaking up about my problem to kind of get to get people's feedback. And honestly, I've always been somebody who does not talk about when things are going wrong. Like, I'm not the type of person, if you know me personally, you know I'm not the type of person to talk about like what's going wrong. And because I'm always just looking for the solution. I like to jump right to the solution. What's the solution to this issue? And I'm learning as I get older that sometimes just clearly identifying the problem is just one of the biggest first steps you can make. Just clearly identifying it. And going back to that quote from earlier, again, I'm not sure who said it, but slow is smooth and smooth is fast. It might take longer, it might be slow to identify the issue, but once you do, you're able to more effectively find the solution to the problem. And I say all that to say, guys, don't let procrastination slow you down. It doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, it's better if it's just sloppy. It's better if you just get it out there and move on to the next thing. Hesitation is a killer, and perfectionism at a point, it starts to encourage procrastination because you're so afraid to do a bad job, you're so afraid to do a sloppy job that you end up not doing any job at all. And you end up leaving so much potential on the table, guys. Don't leave your potential on the table. Take action and try things and say new things and do new things. You know what I mean? I used to be so afraid to say to say anything that would not come out as like normal or something. I used to be afraid to say anything that might be like controversial when I'm like talking to people, and I got that was a learned behavior from childhood. When I said something that didn't sound right to either my parents, and I got a whooping, or I got smacked. One of my parents used to smack me, just smack me in the face. And I learned that I shouldn't say certain things, like certain things that might come out wrong. I'm a kid, so I'm still learning what is okay to say, what's not okay to say, what words mean and stuff. But I learned that certain words would get me punished, and certain things outside of the norm would get me punished. And so I got very quiet, and I got very I kind of put a wall up. Whereas before I was kind of like a loose, kind of like a loose cannon, maybe too loose, just saying anything. Now I was like stone wall. I don't want to say anything. And those are two extremes on opposite ends of the spectrum. But there's a middle ground that can be found where we try things that cause a little fear. Try things that cause a little fear in you. If you're getting a little bit of fear, that's energy. That is, I forget what book it was, but I read in a book that fear is just fear or anxiety about doing something. It's like energy that you can make a shift in your mind to turn into excitement. So, say you're anxious about, talking to somebody, right? You want to start up a conversation with a stranger. You know, that anxiety you feel, you can turn it into excitement. It's the same kind of like adrenaline that, you know, you feel a physical reaction to doing this new thing. Use that excitement. Try new things, you know. Try new things. It doesn't have to be perfect. No one ever said it had to be perfect. You know, no one ever said it had to be perfect. And you may fall down, and you may, you know, God forbid, you may get slapped. You know, God forbid, or you may get whooped. God forbid. You know, I would hope not as adults, but you know, understand that it's not. You know, understand that it's not the trying new things or doing or saying new things that you know, cause that, and that's more so communication style of the, you know, of the other person. You know what I mean? Some people communicate physically, you know. But yeah, guys, that's what I got for you today. I hope you guys found some value in this. That's really my biggest thing on here, is to give you guys value. And I appreciate you so much for hanging out in this in this short little video here. I love y'all, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.